Okay, so the day that I'm filming this is October 14th. The day I'm uploading it is October 15th. And if you're watching it the day it's uploaded, that means that tomorrow, October 16th, is the 1 year anniversary of when I started uploading videos. So, yay! Hello everybody, my name is Danny and welcome back to my channel that has been active for pretty much exactly a year now. And so in honor of that, I'm going to be doing both the Booktube and Authortube newbie tags a year late. And because I'm combining these two, I'm not going to answer all of the questions because one of them has, I think, 10 questions and the other one has like 13, and that's a lot for one video. So I kind of picked and chose some that I felt like answering. So I have a total of 10 questions between the two tags, and I'm going to answer them now. So let's just get to that. So we're gonna start off with questions from the Booktube Newbie tag, and the first one is, why did you decide to start this channel? And honestly, I got bored during lockdown because of COVID, and I had thought about making a YouTube channel several times in the past and just never did it, and then when I was stuck at home for basically the entire day except leaving to go to work, I'm like, you know what? I need something new to do, and YouTube happened to be what I chose. The next question is, what are you most excited about for this channel? And at the moment, I'm very excited for a super secret project that I am currently working on, and I have some friends helping me out with it, and you're just gonna have to wait a little bit longer for the official announcement, a couple of weeks. I plan on making a video in the beginning of November to announce the secret project, and I hope you guys are as excited as I am for it. Probably aren't because you don't know the details, but it's fine. You'll be excited, I hope. The third question is, what book or series got you into reading? And obviously, I have to cite Neil Gaiman here. If you've been here for any amount of time in the past year, you know that I love Neil Gaiman's works. And besides that, I would mention John Flanagan's Ranger's Apprentice series. I read this for the first time in 7th grade because my teacher had this like rule that you always had to have a book with you to read if you finished your classwork early. You weren't allowed to like sit and doodle or anything, which I think is kind of weird, but like also it benefited me because I had a book with me all the time anyway. And one time I was running late in the morning and I didn't know what book to read because I had just finished one, and I'm like freaking out because I'm going to be late for school and I didn't want to like look through my shelves to find one. And my brother was like, "Here, take this." And he handed me the first Ranger's Apprentice book, and I fell in love instantly. To this day, that series has such a special place in my heart, and I love it so much. And the last question that I took from the Booktube Newbie tag is, what kind of books do you like to read? And I kind of think it'd be easier to tell you what kind of books I don't read because there's not a lot. There are some that I read less in terms of genre. Things like contemporary romance and nonfiction aren't really things that are abundant on my shelves, but there are quite a few. And I'd say predominantly I read a lot of fantasy and sci-fi, and I also like all kinds of books. So, like, as you know, probably I read a lot of manga. I also really like poetry and plays. So, I think that my reading taste is diverse in terms of genre and type, and I'm really happy with that because there's always something that I'm in the mood to read. If I'm not in the mood for fantasy, I'll pick up some like contemporary manga. If I'm not in the mood for manga because I want something more dense, I'll pick up like maybe nonfiction. I don't know. I have a lot of stuff and I enjoy that about my reading tastes. And moving on to questions that I took from the Authortube newbie tag. The first one is, what genres do you write in, as well as your preferred POV, tense, and like category of story, like young adult, new adult, etc. And so I write in a multitude of genres, as you can probably guess from the fact that I read a multitude of genres. I really, really love poetry. That's something very near and dear to my heart. And aside from that, when it comes to fiction, I write a lot of sci-fi and fantasy, as I'm sure you could probably guess, or you probably already knew based on what I've talked about on this channel in the past year. As for tense, I tend to write only in past tense. I've tried present tense a little bit and just don't think it was for me. POV, I do pretty even split between third person and first person. It just depends on the story. And then for category, I write a lot of new adult. It's like, I don't know, I didn't like set out to write new adult, but then as I've written in the past couple of years, I've noticed that that's what's happened, because it's like not young adult, but it's not fully adult either, and so I'm just very glad that new adult is this category that's begun to emerge in the past few years. The question after that is, are you a plotter, a pantser, or some combination of the both, dubbed a plantser? And I am 100% a hardcore plotter. I do 2 outlines before I even begin to draft my books, so yeah, I'm very much in the plotter camp. I cannot pants to save my life. The third question is, are you traditionally published, self-published, or yet to be published? And I am, as of now, yet to be published, and I plan on self-publishing my works, and maybe within the next year, hopefully, is like the dream, but if it doesn't happen, I'm not too disappointed. I know these things take time and money, both of which I am kind of short on, so. Then the question is, what type of content can we expect to find on your channel? And so I post regular scripted videos like this one every Friday. There's tag videos. I do a series called Let's Talk Tropes. I do a bunch of stuff like top 5s, top 10s, just like generic content. And then every other Tuesday-ish, I post more vlog style content. And I say ish because there was supposed to be a vlog coming out this past Tuesday from when this video is uploaded, and I had just about every issue you could think of trying to get it on YouTube, and it frustrated me so much that I decided I'm just gonna let it be for a little bit, and I'm gonna fix that up and try and get it up for next Tuesday, which is supposed to be a Tuesday off. And so they come out roughly every other Tuesday. I'm not saying it's definitely every other Tuesday, so yeah, that's the kind of stuff you can expect on my channel. The next question is, do you schedule your writing sessions, or you just write whenever you have the time? And I definitely just write whenever I have the time. It just so happens that having the time usually is in the morning, because I work a full-time job and I work the night shift, so I'm usually at work from around 2 in the afternoon until like 10:30 at night, and so I have the mornings to myself, and that's when I usually write on days that I'm working. On days that I'm off, I kind of just write sporadically throughout the day whenever I feel like I have the inspiration. And the last question that I'm answering is, do you write on a computer, a typewriter, or by hand, or some combination? And I do a combination. I don't have a typewriter. I really would like one. I think that'd be so cool. But I write by hand at first when I'm doing like brain dumps trying to figure out my story, and then when I like refine it a little bit and do character bios and stuff like that, all the way up to the first outline that I do, that's all handwritten. And then when I go to take that first rough outline and turn it into a more detailed chapter outline, that goes on my computer, and then any drafts that I do are on my computer. And then I switch back to handwriting when I go to edit, because I take notes on the story by hand. And so it's definitely a mishmash of handwriting and typing. And that's it, guys. I am sorry that it took me a year to get to these tags when they're supposed to be some of the first videos on people's channels. I say supposed to. Obviously, no one has to do these. They're just created to make it really simple to get an introduction to people. And so here I am, doing them a year after I started my channel. But yeah, I hope you guys learned something new about me from this video. If you enjoyed this video, please be sure to give it a thumbs up. You can subscribe to my channel for more content, and that way I'll see you in the next video. Bye!